$2.3 million is now available for Kansas organizations helping crime victims. And a Kansas City, Kansas domestic violence shelter that is full 9 months out of the year says the timing couldn't be more helpful. Grace Smith shows us what is at stake.
These resources are definitely needed and appreciated.
Friends of Yates runs a 24/7 domestic violence shelter in Kansas City, Kansas, one that rarely has an empty bed. Executive Director Dr. Desmond Lamb says demand is growing, not shrinking.
We use every penny to provide direct services and trauma-informed care to those who we serve.
Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach opened more than $2.3 million in victim assistance grants. Organizations across Kansas can now apply. Dr. Lamb calls it encouraging news.
Many times resources are not as prevalent and practical in marginalized communities as they are in other communities, more affluent communities. So when these resources become available, it is definitely, an appreciated and a needed help.
Dr. Lamb says this funding goes directly to the people that walk through their doors. 3 meals a day, taking them to doctor's appointments, and making sure their kids get safely to school.
This funding is really vital to our local programs.
Each year, the AG's office awards roughly 100 grants to about 50 organizations statewide. The funding comes from district court fines and fees, and even marriage license fees.
These awards are used to help support the agencies that are doing the hard work in the field, supporting victims of crime, helping them feel believed and supported, and to be safe in our communities.
Organizations must complete the first step of the application by April 10th. The AG's office expects to announce awards this summer.
We keep our fingers crossed and we pray, and most generally we get that phone call that puts a smile on our face.
In Kansas City, Kansas, Grace Smith, KCTV 5 News.
If you or someone you know is in a dangerous situation, call the number on your screen. It's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. You can also text START to 88788. Help is available 24/7.